Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Evoland 2 from Shiro Games. This genre-hopping action RPG is currently available on Steam for $19.99 US, and as of this recording, Evoland 2 only runs on Windows, but Mac and Linux versions are expected to be released in the coming months. Evoland 2 stars Kuro, boy found in the forest without any memory. Along with one of the villagers named Fina, Kuro is accidentally shot back into time after attempting to protect a mysterious demon girl. Though Fina and Kuro's original intention was simply just to return home to their time, they soon discovered that the world is about to experience a catastrophe in their near future that they believe they can stop. Now, the overall plot of Evoland 2 is pretty predictable, but the writing is excellent. It's witty, funny, and incredibly meta at times. Pop culture nuts will have a field day with the game as it's littered with pop culture and video game references. Evoland 2's greatest feature and biggest flaw is the fact that it's a jack of all trades but master of none. The game scores a 16-bit style action RPG in the same vein as Legend of Zelda. The players will spend about as much time, if not more, experiencing different game mechanics from other genres. Shiro Games boasts that they were able to expand the number of genres featured in Evoland 2 thanks to the success of the first game, and boy, there are a lot of genres in this game. The game crams in everything from the ever-popular 2D platformer down to the casual Diner Dash-styled minigame. And here's where the game really stumbles. Evoland 2 packs a lot of cool genres, but it's trying to cram in so many different genres, it never really manages to reach the depth or complexity that one game focused on a single mechanic can. This turns Evoland 2 into a rather tedious affair, as oftentimes the game is really either not very challenging or unnecessarily drawn out. Not all is gloomy with Evoland 2, the game's highlights are definitely the puzzles and the boss fights. The puzzles are smart brain teasers, with many emulating the style of Professor Layton games. There were a couple that were a little difficult to figure out because of the really vague instructions, but at least they were all multiple choice deals that could be brute forced. Boss fights make really creative use of different mechanics available in the game and are really satisfying to beat. Now, the game's settings are a bit of a chaotic mess. Now, using a controller with Evoland 2 is absolutely perfect. The button layout is a perfect replica of the traditional console layout, and the game is extremely responsive. On the other hand, I wasn't a huge fan of the default keyboard layout, they just didn't feel natural to me, and there was no way to see what keys are bound to what. It's just an annoying fact that the players have to rebind all their keys at once just to change one key. On the video side, there's no way to adjust the game's resolution or go into windowed mode. You'll actually have to use the Alt-Enter shortcut for it, and the game's menu is definitely not designed to be working in windowed mode because the scaling is completely off. But at least the game seems to run perfectly inside the window. Now, the sound volume is probably the weirdest of them all. For some reason, the game's volume is ear-blastingly loud. To match the volume with my other games, I actually had to bring down the volume from level 10 to level 1. The audio-visual style of this game is well done. The sound effects replicate the retro era really well, and the soundtrack is an enjoyable listen. The art team does a great job of creating an 8-bit, 16-bit, and 3D take on the world. I just wish that the UI followed the game's stylistic changes, as the pixelated UI looks a little out of place in the 3D sections. Evoland 2 has an interesting genre-hopping premise. Unfortunately, it also means the gameplay mechanics tend to be pretty shallow. If you're looking for a sampler of all the genres video gaming has to offer, or you're looking for a nostalgic stroll through video game history, Evoland 2 is definitely the game for you. Unfortunately, its shallowness tends to lead to a lot of tedious and boring stretches, so I'm only awarding Evoland 2 a 6.5 capsules out of 10. If you want to read our full review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off.